Imagine spending decades of your life fighting against a brutal system that treats you as a second class citizen, only to one day stand before the entire world as that country's very first black president. Today, we are breaking down an incredibly powerful extract from the autobiography of a true global icon. Welcome to our next story breakdown: Nelson Mandela, Long Walk to Freedom. This incredible story centers around a monumental day in world history, May 10th, 1994. On this day, the prolonged and brutal white rule in South Africa officially came to an end. Nelson Mandela's political movement had just secured a massive, decisive victory, winning 252 out of the 400 seats in the new National Assembly. The inauguration took place at the amphitheater of the Union Buildings in Pretoria. Packed with international leaders and dignitaries from across the globe, Mandela was sworn in as South Africa's first black president, ushering in a brand new era of representative democracy. In his inaugural speech, Mandela made a solemn, powerful pledge that the new government would never repeat the suppression of one group by another. He promised that discrimination based on caste, color, creed, or race would no longer be the basis of public policy, and that the state would treat all citizens with equal respect and dignity. To show true national unity in this time of transition, the ceremony featured a beautiful symbolic gesture. Two different national anthems were sung side by side, Nkosi Sikelel' iAfrika and The Stem. This represented a deep acknowledgement of the country's painful history, combined with a powerful desire to build a shared, equal future together. Standing there and listening to the music, Mandela recalled the deep, unimaginable suffering of black South Africans under apartheid. He described this system of racial domination and exploitation as one of the most inhumane societies the world had ever seen, noting that before democracy, freedom for black South Africans was largely a temporary illusion. Moving beyond the history of that day, Mandela shares some of his most profound, world-changing beliefs about human nature. When exploring the battle between love and hate, he states that no person is ever born hating another person because of their skin color, background, or religion. Hatred is acquired through circumstances and society. And if people can learn to hate, they can absolutely be taught to love, because love comes much more naturally to the human heart. Building on this idea of inner strength, he also completely redefines what it means to have true courage. He argues that a brave person is not someone who never feels fear. Rather, a truly brave person is someone who recognizes fear and finds the immense strength to overcome it. This courage is exactly what is needed to fulfill what Mandela calls the two principal obligations in life. He explains that every single person carries a duty to their family, which includes their parents, spouse, and children, as well as a broader duty to their country, community, and fellow citizens. While people usually fulfill these duties based on their own skills and inclinations, systemic oppression and discrimination under apartheid made it incredibly difficult for black South Africans to fulfill these basic moral responsibilities. This brings us to the ultimate message of his journey, leaving us with a mind-shifting moral insight. Freedom is indivisible. Mandela realized that the oppressor who takes away someone else's freedom is also trapped, enslaved behind the bars of prejudice, fear, and hatred. Both the oppressed and the oppressor are dehumanized by injustice. Therefore, true liberation doesn't just mean freeing the oppressed. It means freeing the oppressor from the chains of their own inhumanity. Mandela's long walk to freedom proves that lasting social change isn't built on replacing one form of domination with another. Instead, it is built on collective peaceful action, transformative forgiveness, and the steadfast willpower to build a just society for everyone.